and we are talking about the book, the amazing, life-changing book, Think and Grow Rich, right now by Napoleon Hill. Now, I read this book every single year, and every year I read this book, it changes my life. Another iteration of who I am, peeling off another layer of that pre-programmed nonsense that was put in my head all my life, guys. And I'm gonna tell you what, right? When I start this book from the beginning, and I started from the beginning, and I take notes all over again, I compare them to my previous year's notes, and I'm telling myself, what were you thinking? What were you thinking? Isn't that amazing, guys? How many times, guys, have you read a book once, right? You read it once and you put it away on your library, your shelf, whatever it is, and you read that book once again and you go, I didn't see that. I didn't understand it that way. I didn't figure it out like that. That is the book Think and Grow Rich. Every time you read this book, it will change your life over and over and over again. Tons of iterations of yourself, like the Matrix, like Neo, right? Multiple choices to take multiple life directions. That's why you got to continually educate yourself, continually read, continually learn. I'm breaking down every single chapter. As a matter of fact, I'm going to make this a yearly thing. Every year, I'm going to redo this book over and over again. So, guess what, guys? My concept of knowledge of what I see here today may change because I'll be a different person a year from now. My mastermind groups and things that I've done may help me to expand even a greater knowledge than before to help you guys to achieve the life that you want. So, let's get into it. Chapter 10, Power of the Mastermind. I actually was very excited to get into this chapter, because I really, really need to work on developing an even stronger mastermind. Now, I'm a joiner and I've joined mastermind groups, but I haven't developed my own personal mastermind group, which I would like to develop, guys. So, if you guys want to start and develop a mastermind group with me, reach out to me and we can go ahead and accumulate wealth together. So that I got a lot of ideas that I can bring to the group, a lot of experience, a lot of knowledge. So, let's go ahead and let's get this done, guys. Mastermind group. Now, power is essential for success in the accumulation of money. If you guys haven't known this already, all the way now here in chapter 10, power is essential, right? But your plans to achieve power, they are useless without sufficient power to translate them into the into action, right? If you don't have power to translate your plans into action, this is plans. This is plans on paper, and you guys cannot get it done. You can't get done what you need to get done because you don't have sufficient power, guys. So, what is power? Some I'm going to say, let's go to the whiteboard. Let's go ahead and open up this whiteboard and let's get this thing started right here, nice and early. So to ask the question, guys, what is power? I like to type it out so you guys can screenshot it later, so that you guys could use this in your notes, right? You could use it in your notes, you could use it in your mastermind, whatever you want to use it in. This guys right now is this my way of giving back what has been given to me in tenfold, okay, and for free information that has been given to me. So I want to give back to you guys as best as possible. I want to help you guys grow. So in order to do that, I'm breaking down books that my mentors have given me to read and the knowledge that I've gained from them. Okay, guys. So that is how I'm going. So what is power? Napoleon Hill defines power as um, organized and intelligent, organized and intelligent direct knowledge. Organized and intelligent direct knowledge. That is what Napoleon Hill defines as power. Right, guys? So now you have the definition of power to move forward. Okay. Now, this refers to the same organized effort that is sufficient to enable an individual to transmute his desires into their monetary equivalent. So the organized effort is what he's talking about when it comes to power. Now, how do we get organized effort? That's another question that I think needs to be written down and answered for you guys so you guys can move forward and properly have the life that you want. So my answer is here. How? How do we get? And the reason why I asked this question, guys, and the reason why I put it here is because when I started off, and this was many, many years ago when the first time I read this book, the first time my mentor told me to read this book, I really didn't know what direction I needed to take. I knew what direction my mentor was telling me to take, but out of fear and a horrible circle of influence, I was afraid to take certain directions and do certain moves based on what my mentor told me. And I eventually ended up losing that mentor because of my shyness in stepping forward and doing what I needed to do. And I had little questions like this, and I thought that little questions like this were not important. These questions are important, and they will allow you to gain perspective and move forward in your goals. So, how do we get organized effort? All right. So the answer is this: it is produced, right, through the coordinated effort, the coordination of effort of two or more people who work toward a definite end and this is the most important part, guys, in a spirit of harmony. You will be surprised how far you can get when you begin to work with others in a spirit of harmony. I talked about this in the 7 habits of highly effective people. And that spirit of harmony is life changing. Just harmony, just an instrumental. Two strums of a violin make a chord that is so beautiful that it can crack glass, guys. Understand this power of harmony and use it frequently in your life. Harmony. Okay, use it in your relationships. Okay, use it in your friendships, use it in business, in everything that you do. Work in the spirit of harmony. You will get so much further. So much further. I've learned this after years and years and years of not working in the spirit of harmony, trying to go against the grain, as we called it, guys. This is not what you need to do in life. The spirit of harmony is what it takes, right? So, what you guys also need to know is that power is required for the accumulation of money. If you guys haven't known that already, should I write that down? I maybe I should write it down because I don't think too many people realize that this is a fact. This is a law, right? This is a law, and you will not accumulate riches if you don't understand this, right? So power is required for the accumulation of money. Put an exclamation point on that right there. Power is required for the accumulation of money, guys. If you want to gain power, if you want to gain money, you have to first gain power. So it is required and it is necessary, guys. There's no way around it. So understand that. It is also necessary if you already have money or once you've obtained money to keep it. So it's not like you can get money on a whim or by luck and think that you can just go through life and never accumulate power and it's okay. No, you also have to accumulate power to keep the money that you gain, guys. Power is always required. It is essential for you to move forward in life and not be pushed backwards. So understand that. So here it is. So what if we know we need power to obtain money? How can we acquire power? That was one of my questions I had to my mentor, right? Once I figured out that I needed power, I said, okay, I get it. I think I get it. I'm a little shy here on this, but how can I acquire power? So how can I acquire power? What is it going to take? What do I need? You know, what do I need to institute in my life? What skills do I need to learn? Whatever it is, what do I need to acquire power? All right. So Napoleon Hill explained this. All right. And it had to be pointed out to me, right? Because sometimes when you read things, you see them, but you don't understand them. So he explained it that power is organized knowledge, right? So let's first examine, right, the sources of knowledge, right? So I'm not going to immediately answer this question, but what I'd like to do, guys, is I'd like to give you guys a list of what is knowledge, or as we say, organized knowledge. Pull this up, make this a little smaller, guys, here, if you mind. So it can fit here for now. I'll put it here for now. Sounds good? All right. So organized knowledge. What are a couple of factors of the organized knowledge? Now, the first factor of organized knowledge I'll call A, and that is infinite intelligence. Infinite intelligence. Now, infinite intelligence is a source of knowledge that may be contacted through the procedure described in another chapter with the aid of creative imagination, right? Okay, so I'm gonna put may be contacted with the aid of creative imagination. How about we do that? That is that other level that the geniuses go to, right? Remember I talked about the geniuses, how they use two different types of imagination, the synthetic imagination, and then they go, when they're done with the synthetic, they move to the creative. This is the creative imagination that we're talking about, and it is direct contact with infinite intelligence, guys. Infinite, and this is not even a chapter on religion. I'm just letting you guys know that infinite intelligence exists for you to tap into to achieve wealth. Okay, so the next one is accumulated experiences. So accumulated experiences. So what is accumulated experiences, guys? Move this over here for right now because it's kind of in the way. I need you guys to see the whole thing. So accumulated experiences are what? School, the accumulated experiences of man, period. Not just yourself. So man has accumulated experiences in life, and he put them in books such as libraries. Okay, he put them in schooling and education in colleges, and through these accumulated experiences, we can gain knowledge in order to learn to possess some specific type of power. All right. So the last one, guys, is yeah, experiment and research. So this one is, hold on, let me correct this. This is B, and this is C. So experience and research. Now, in the fields of science, right, and practically every other walk of life, men are gathering, classifying, and organizing new facts daily, right? I mean, we see this right now in them doing the research and trying to figure out a cure for the COVID-19 virus, right? So men are constantly experimenting and researching and trying to learn new knowledge and technology each and every day. This is what they're trying to do. Okay. Through this factor, this is a source one must turn to when knowledge is not available. Like the current knowledge that you have right now, you don't know what it takes to achieve the goal. So you look to others who have accumulated experiences, okay, and you learn through your create you use their experiences, and you also use creative imagination such as what geniuses use. So you go synthetic imagination to use the accumulated experiences, and you use creative imagination once you've had tapped fully the synthetic knowledge that is already gathered through their experiences and research. So I'm gonna just put experience and research, and I'm gonna leave it at that, guy. And that is your list for organized knowledge. Those are the three things required for organized knowledge. And I'll put it down here, and I'll put it out of the way for how to acquire power. So you need to first know those three things: A, B, and C. Infinite intelligence, accumulated experience, right? And experiment and research. Now, knowledge can be acquired by any of these sources. It doesn't matter. Any of these sources, you can acquire your knowledge. And then it can be converted into power by organizing it into definite plans, and by expressing those plans in the terms of action. So no matter how you get this organized knowledge that we're talking about, and we're talking about how to acquire power, right? Once you get that and you organize it into definite plans of action towards your chief aim that you're trying to achieve, then that is the formula for having power, for developing power. Now, these steps, obviously, these are great steps and are often where an individual will need to employ the help of others. Okay, the help of others before he can inject power into his purpose. Now, where do we stand when it comes to that, right? How do you do that? You know the steps that you have to take, right? You know the knowledge that you need to gather, but you don't yet have it. So you're trying to accumulate that knowledge. This is the point of where chapter 10 comes in full force. And that is where the importance of the mastermind group comes in. The mastermind group, guys, is the game changer. It is the game changer, right? So let us once again define what a mastermind is, right? What is a mastermind? I'm going to write that down for you guys one more time. What is a mastermind? So what is a mastermind, guys? I'm going to put it right here. I'm going to shrink it down nice and little so I can fit this all in here. Okay, guys. A mastermind is defined as the coordination of knowledge and effort in the spirit of harmony between two or more people for the attainment of a definite purpose. And you guys heard me when I said that. I'm going to say it again and I'm going to write it down as I say it, nice and slow, so you guys can write it down yourselves. And you can screenshot this if you want to, by the way. So it's the coordination of knowledge and effort and this part is so important, guys. In the spirit of harmony. Now you guys get this. I'm gonna put this right here so you guys can see it. So what is a mastermind? So now that you guys know what a mastermind is, right? Is the coordination of knowledge and effort in the spirit of harmony between two or more people for the attainment of a definite purpose. You have a definite purpose. Your purpose is to accumulate wealth, accumulate money. A mastermind is very, very good for that purpose. Okay, use it wisely. Now, no individual may have great power, and that's what we're trying to achieve so that we can move forward without availing himself of the mastermind. You can't have power without a mastermind group. Nobody has done it on their own in the history of men doing it on their own. Even Jesus Christ did not do it on his own. He had the apostles, okay? Nobody does it on their own. Okay, but you will find that if you carry out the instructions, right, for creative plans to translate your desires into its monetary equivalent with persistence and intelligence, guys, and also use discrimination in the selection of your mastermind group, your objective will be halfway reached even before you begin to recognize that. Understand what I just said, guys. All of these factors that lead up to you achieving what you want. Maybe it's accumulating wealth or whatever it is. All of these factors that lead up to that. I am telling you, if you are persistent and intelligent, use discrimination in choosing your mastermind group, right? And okay, your selection of this group is in harmony. As I said before, you are halfway towards your goal before you even realize you're halfway there. Now, there are two characteristics of the mastermind principle that I like to talk to you guys about. And those two principles are economic and psychic. You know, I have too much room here left, but we are going to do the best that we can. Okay. So economic and psychic. All right. So those are the two characteristics of the mastermind principle. Now, guys, economic is probably the most obvious, right? And the economic feature is obvious because it can be created by any person who surrounds himself with the advice and counsel, right? With the advice and counsel um, of the mastermind group, right? Of persons in cooperation of a group of men who are willing to, right, wholeheartedly help him in a spirit of perfect harmony. So let me say this a little better because I think I stuttered over my words and I want you guys to truly understand this part of the economic because it is obvious, guys. All right. So an economic feature is obvious and may be created, so you can create it by any person who surrounds himself with the advice, counsel, and personal cooperation of a group of men who are willing to lead him wholeheartedly, aid in a spirit of perfect harmony. That is your mastermind group. People who are willing to lead you, right? In my mastermind group, assure you, I make sure I'm not the smartest person in that group. If you're the smartest person in your mastermind, boy, you are missing out on what you can achieve and who you need to become in life. So make sure you are not the smartest person in your mastermind group, guys. All right. The next thing is the psychic version. Now, the psychic phase of the mastermind principle is much more difficult to comprehend. So I just wrote those two down. You guys can see them here, but it's much more difficult to comprehend than just a simple getting together of men in perfect harmony, right? And I'm going to write this quote out because I think it is powerful and necessary for you guys to see, to understand, so that we go on further. Before we go on further, okay, here you go. No two minds, no two minds ever come together and let me shrink this. Make it smaller so it can fit here, guys. So no two minds ever come together. What's that? Without thereby creating a third mind. A third, Napoleon Hill says, third invisible, intangible force which may be likened to a third mind. I mean, listen, understand that and see how powerful that statement is that I just made. Move this around so everything fits and you guys can screenshot all of this right here. No two minds ever come together without thereby creating a third invisible, intangible force which may be likened to a third mind. Wow. Think about that, right? When it comes to your mastermind group and getting together. Okay. The human mind is a form of energy, guys. It is a form of energy, just like so many other parts of our human consciousness is our forms of energy. Obviously, matter cannot be created or destroyed, but it is simply transferred to another form. So the energy of your brain is that matter. It is the energy. And Napoleon Hill likens it to that of a battery, right? And we all know when more than one battery is put together, it creates a greater power than a single battery by itself. That analogy holds true for the human mind, right? In this process, some of you may believe that you don't possess energy, enough brain power, right, to achieve your goals or transmute your desires into their physical equivalent. You guys may think that at this point in time. I am here to tell you, right, that in Napoleon Hill, in this chapter, it tells you how to multiply your brain power. How many of you would like to know how to multiply your brain power? Right? Is it? I think, listen, I think that is amazing. When I heard that I could multiply my brain power, I thought, man, that is a great idea. Let's multiply my brain power. I know I would rather be smarter than dumber. How about that, guys? Think about that one, right? So, when multiplying your brain power, right? And I already talked about your brain being compared to electric battery. Now, our brains function the same as that of a battery. Now, obviously, some brains are more efficient than others, which leads us to understand this, right? A group of brains coordinated or connected in a spirit of harmony will provide more thought energy than a single brain, just as a group of electric batteries will provide more energy than a single cell battery. Do you guys get that? You guys understand that? That concept is a basic concept and it's extremely powerful for you guys achieving what you want. Now, get at this, guys. When a group of brains are coordinated and they function in harmony, the increased energy creates through that alliance, um, and it becomes available to every individual brain in the group. So, if you're a part of a mastermind and it's a bunch of group of brains with a definite a purpose, all syncing together, thinking on a single thought, that energy from all of the brains coordinating their efforts, all of that energy is shared amongst all the brains. You literally become smarter and multiply your brain power based on the group who's actually thinking of your definite chief aim, things that you want to achieve, something that is big enough for the group to be thinking about. Come on, this is powerful, guys. Think about that. You just multiplied your brain power through a mastermind group. Now, men take on the nature and the habits and the power of thought of those with whom they associate in the spirit of sympathy and harmony. I told you guys, your circle of influence is life changing, right? Your environment is your destiny. The environment that you find yourself in is the environment that will make or break your life. So understand that, right? Now, this principle of multiplying your brain power is available to you, guys, and you can use it in order to have the money that you want in your life. Accumulate wealth. You can do this, right? Now, money is shy, very shy. That shy girl is very elusive and it must be wooed, right? And won over by the same principles that it takes a determined lover to win over a woman or man of their desires. This is what it is. That is how shy money is. Okay, if you guys or girls don't understand that, somebody you really, really want in your life, and the effort that it takes to woo them into your arms and to have a true relationship that you want. Okay, money is the same way. It is shy and very, very elusive. Okay, so it must be wooed. So understand when money comes through the methods of you wooing it, it's just like that new, fresh love. It comes in abundance. It comes and it flows like a river. So speaking of a river, right? Um, every man who accumulates a great fortune has recognized the existence of this stream of life. The money that I'm talking about that flows like a river, right? Now, it consists of one's thinking process, how you're thinking. Your thoughts, okay, create your reality. So, and I am moving through this really quickly and I'm coming to a close on this. So, I am going to write a couple of things down, guys. The first thing is your thoughts create your reality. Your thoughts create your reality. It's what it is, guys. You become what you think about. And we talked about this over and over and over again. So if your thoughts create your reality, what should you be thinking about all the time? What should you be involved in all the time? That mastermind group is going to keep you on track for what needs to be on your mind each and every day, guys. There are 24 hours in every day, right? We're not sleeping 8 hours a day. Okay, we're sleeping 4 to 6 hours a day. And all the remaining hours of that day need to be productive time moving towards your goal. Okay, and creating value, of course, guys. Okay, so understand that most people recognize that stream of life. It consists of one's thinking process. So you are what you think about, right? Your thoughts create your reality. Now, the positive emotions of thought form one side of the stream, right? And which carries one toward fortune. So if you're thinking positive, you get carried toward fortune, right? Positive thoughts carry you upstream toward fortune. That means you got to be extremely discriminatory toward those negative thoughts. So I'll put that there, and so you guys can recognize that positive thoughts carry you towards your riches. Obviously, you guys have to have other factors involved in this mastermind group, but also recognize this, okay, so that you can avoid it. Negative thoughts negative thoughts carry you toward poverty. All right. So positive thoughts carry you toward riches, negative thoughts carry you toward poverty. And why would you want to carry those negative thoughts in your mind? Now, as I wrap this up, I want to explain this to you guys real quick. Okay, you don't need, right, to woo poverty. Poverty is bold. Poverty steps in where it is not wanted. Poverty takes what it wants and it does what it wants in your life and never ever asks permission for what it wants, right? Poverty needs no plan. It needs no one to aid it because it is bold and ruthless. And so I left you guys a little note right here. Poverty needs no plan. It needs no one to aid it because it is bold and ruthless. And to wrap it up, riches are shy and timid. They have to be attracted. As I told you guys before, they need to be wooed, okay? Like the love of your life. Oh, man, I can't wait till I get to the next chapter on sexual transmutation so we can talk about this, guys, and really get into it. So, guys, and wrapping in this up, understand this. Happiness is found in doing, right? Not merely possessing. That means that the entire process for what we're learning here and how you guys are growing and how you guys are going to accumulate the wealth that you want in your life as you follow me in my journey to become a millionaire. Guys, this all process, this entire process is where happiness lies. Happiness lies in the growth. So continue to grow, continue to learn, and what you learn here, teach it to somebody else, guys. And if you've gotten any value from this, share it, subscribe, and continue to check me out at Darryl McClish TV. So I will talk to you guys later. Have a great night and be good. Bye bye.